So another aspect of trying to farm regeneratively is you're always growing a cover crop. You're always trying to have something alive in the soil 365 days a year if possible. But you need to get into plant. Everyone has different methods. Right now in California farming, we really haven't figured out a way, at least I haven't, of dealing, like say, with using rye, roller crimpers, and pressing it down. We have a lot of high value crops like tomatoes that you can't wait for the right time to crimp. When you've got your transplants coming out of the greenhouse, the end of March, that's when you got to be going. And so a lot of times the crimping is dependent on timing of the cover crop. Well, our world's determined by the timing of when we got to plant the crop for it to hit the harvest time right for the cannery. So we chop instead of roll crimp. But a lot of times the problem you'll have is maybe you'll see some shots of a lot of vegetation, a lot of weeds, mustard, cover crops, and what do we do with it to get it ready to plant? So we designed and built this front mount last year with Davis Machine Company because there's two things you want to do. We have everything on beds, so when the tractor tires, if you don't chop in front of the tractor tires, they press all this biomass down in the furrow. And then if you go and you need to clean the furrow with a shovel, it's all pressed down and it's long and it's tangly. It gets put up on the bed and now you're fighting all of that. So this is designed that if you looked at it, you can see that the tines, the cutting mechanism, angles, there's short tines and then it gets longer and longer so that they're going and reaching into the furrow. The furrows aren't square, the furrows are triangular, so these go in and chop the furrow before the tires press it down. And then after this is done, then a normal, any type of chopper, we prefer flail choppers, but any type of chopper works fine. Everything we're doing is on 5-foot beds. And so this spacing's at 5 foot, so this is part of what we call controlled traffic, where we're never pressing down on the soil except for in the furrows. And the way that works too is that you do need GPS, and preferably GPS sub 1 inch. So all our operations we make on the exact same path year after year after year. So like some fields for 10 years, it's never had anything pressed down on it except for in the furrows. And so it keeps 2/3 of the area of what you're farming is not getting compaction. And so that really helps on all aspects of the farm.